Easter everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're doing this glowy, simple, beautiful Easter makeup. I'm lying. This is of course special effects makeup that I love doing at every holiday chance we get. So today we're working on, of course, the Easter bunny, or at least my take on it. For the start of this, I'm taking a ball of scar wax. In this case, actually just flour mixed with some Vaseline and a bit of foundation. I'm creating my own, but you can of course buy it or make your own method, or even put this onto a cast in a day in advance and do it however you feel please. So in my case, I grabbed a ball on each side of my upper lip, my mustache area, and I created that bunny shape. So I'm smoothing it around the edges. It doesn't have to be perfect because it is getting covered in a lot of fluff and cotton balls later on, so it's not have to be perfect at all, just a rough shape. And of course I actually put one on top of my nose, sort of blend everything in to give a very distinct bunny look. I made sure I took my time, sort of got the general shape of what I wanted, and to smooth down those edges as much as possible, even though they will be covered with cotton wool later. Now taking something you totally don't have to do, but I am grabbing a rather blunt pair of scissors and going and digging into the scar wax of a rough bunny nose and mouth. It just makes it easier for later. I am matting and non-sticking the area down with some translucent powder. That was just a personal preference because I didn't like the feeling of how wet and sticky it was. I'll be taking some more of the scar wax along the side of my mouth. This is actually going to make it a lot easier for the fake teeth to build into later. This will be a general design of where the shape of the mouth will be. So I'm taking mine quite far because I want the bunny's mouth to be quite dramatic and scary looking. After I was happy with the shape, I just grabbed a makeup sponge and some liquid latex and just patted that all over my sort of face there. Pretty much you can just see what I'm doing here. I let this go a little bit tacky, just to make it easier, and I just grabbed some cotton balls, pulled them apart so they're quite fibrous, and that's the texture I was after. I just put this all over the whole area of my face that still had latex on it, so to create the bunny look. You can of course put white face paint on as well to make the whole look, but I sort of went for the whole human transforming into evil bunny rabbit. And of course my coffee break, because that wouldn't be me without coffee. I did this to the lower jaw section as well. This sort of creates like a middle section I've left out. This is where we'll fill in with the teeth and the black paint later. You can apply as much or as little of the cotton balls as you like. I went for quite a fluffy face because bunnies are fluffy in general. After I was happy with all the fluffiness on my face, I just took a black shadow and on a pointed brush, I guess, and just mapped out where that markings of my nose and mouth area on the bunny was. So I'm just really like defining the whole area. This doesn't really necessary because we'll fill in with black paint later, but it just helped me as a guideline for now. Then taking, I think it's the Mont Art black paint. I really like these and they're super affordable. Not sponsored or anything like that, I just really like this brand. And I grabbed the black face paint and sort of just went in that middle section. This will create some depth and definition so it looks more like a mouth area rather than my actual human mouth area. So I filled in my lips and along my cheek area as well. Then I'm taking my old trusty, this is a Essence Mousse blush, but it's in this perfect deep red shade. I use it all the time for my special effects, and I'm just adding some more dimension. So I'm going over this entire area pretty much. This is what the mousse looks like. It's a bit dry now, it's kind of like 4 years old. But I went up above my cheekbones, as if like the bunny will be eating someone, so it's quite messy, and it's a bit more definition and texture to the whole look. Next I'm taking some teeth that I made out of polymorph plastic. This was so fun to make. So this polymorph plastic starts as beads and then you drop them into boiling hot water and they turn clear, and then you're able to mold them into the teeth shape you see here. It's so fun. I went pretty nuts. I went from giant teeth to small teeth to jagged, and I put as many or as little teeth as I wanted in. So I made sure there was some on the top and bottom so it actually had the appearance of an evil bunny mouth. Again, seeing here, you can really see where that scar wax came in handy to make sure it jabbed into it rather than just sticking onto the cotton ball. I really like this giant tooth right at the front. It looks so evil and creepy. I added actually quite a few of the teeth to my whole mouth area because I wanted it to be very dramatic, and the more the merrier. It was really fun and I just played around with it because I loved making the teeth so much. And the polymorph plastic was actually really affordable off eBay. After I was happy with the teeth, I went on to more of the eye makeup, so I actually took some more of that red blush under my eyes as if it was like infected and a bit gross. And then I took some of the black shadowing and I did the same thing around the whole area as well, just to redefine and really add dimension and scariness to the whole look. To add a bit more, I don't know, realism to the look, I took a yellow, off-yellow mustard shade eyeshadow and actually dusted that all over the teeth to sort of make them look older and used and worn. Bunny's teeth are not real white in real life, so I thought this would go along with it pretty well. And of course bunnies have pink noses, so I just took a pink blush. It didn't really work that well. I suggest using a face paint or something different, but I sort of want to emphasize how the bunnies have pink noses. Now for the fun part, I already started but forgot to film it. I took a fluffy brush and a crap ton of fake blood because it wouldn't be in my tutorial without fake blood. I went in between the teeth along them as if the bunny had eaten someone, so it's in between the teeth, along it, and it's up and down the face, so it's very, very dramatic and very bloody. Onto the final detail, of course, some bunny ears. It wouldn't be a bunny without it, so I just took these cheap white bunny ears and painted some black on them. I actually de-wired them and put them onto bobby pins and stuck them onto my head so you couldn't see the band. And because I figured it was a human turning into a bunny rabbit, it needed some blood. Just around the eyes, it just needed to look infected and gross because that's the love of special effects. So this was my Easter tutorial. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!